Hi guys, Dan Waters here again with the Mushroom Grow Room using a double door drinks fridge. In the background, this is my new technology. I've got the Raspberry Pi working. You can see here a chart for temperature and humidity, and there's some more data going on for the Raspberry Pi, temperature of the Raspberry Pi, that sort of thing. But this is the important one, temperature and humidity. Okay, which is working just really well. And then on the other side here, we've got all the outputs for the Raspberry Pi. All I've got here is humidity and the intake fan. At the moment, I was going to say they were both green, but the humidifier just turned off there, showing in pink. There it is in pink. The intake fan is in green. Humidifier just switched on, went to green. And that's going on and off. It's cycling on and off quite a bit because it's maintaining the level of humidity up around 97%. Now I'll pop outside and I'll show you what's happening with the drinks fridge, the fruiting room. There's been a few changes since my last video. Over here we've got some alien lights, the LED lights going on. I've had to weave these through. They're a bit of an afterthought. I've woven those through the insulation. I want to tape those off just to seal it a little bit better. But that's woven through the insulation, that LED light. I was thinking it felt a bit warm, but it's fine. It's woven through the insulation on both doors. And then you can see inside the fruiting chamber here, open up the lights inside the door there. All right, so quite a bit of lights getting in there. Just turn it around so you can see inside the chamber. Nice blue, purplish light going on there. There's a bucket of mushrooms. I'm just testing that out. Should take 3 days for pinning it. This is only day one. I've had it in there for. On this side, same deal. Lights inside the fridge. That's in between the glass and the insulation. So the LED light is not actually in the fruiting chamber. It's outside, shining through the glass. Okay, and there's a bucket of some turkey tail. So I'm going to see how, I don't know if that got on camera. Yes, it did. That's the turkey tail in there. All right, so that's the fruiting chamber. The sensor, the humidifier sensor, that is up the top there. That's the humidity sensor. Okay. So that's just mounted on a little Tupperware container. The lid screwed into the ceiling. The bucket is screwed into the lid, and the humidifier is mounted on the bottom. And I did that just to protect the hole that I was drilling in the ceiling, and to give the humidity sensor something to mount on, so it wasn't just hanging off the cable. So pretty straightforward there. I'll show you where that cable goes from the sensor up to the Raspberry Pi. So it comes out there. You can see the cable coming out there. Okay, it goes into the Raspberry Pi, and that's it there. So it's a beautiful thing. I've got to get a filter on top of this bucket just to protect the Raspberry Pi. I'll do that next weekend whenever I get the time. And what else have we got? We've got the fruiting chamber, sorry, the preconditioning chamber. I've cut down the lid on this just to make it shorter. It's made it lighter as well, so it's a lot easier to move around. I've also put some insulation underneath this lid. You can see that little black, where my thumb is, black piece of foam. So that foam then contacts on this polyurethane foam, which has also been sealed. And I've also I've actually, under that foam, underneath, I've cut a line with an angle grinder in the steel to separate the steel that's exposed to the temperature inside and the outside temperature. So it's a thermal break underneath that seal. And I've stuffed some more foam inside that line that I've grooved out. And that line goes around the entire perimeter of this lid. Okay, so that's designed to insulate it, to help keep the cool inside in summer and the warm inside in winter. So that's inside there as well, inside the preconditioning chamber. I've also got the Wi-Fi power board, the Casa Wi-Fi power board. That's receiving the signal from the Raspberry Pi and switching the humidifier on and off. and the fan in there, the intake fan, is also hooked into that system, so I can see when I'm inside, I can see that the fan is running. Anyway, so this is only day one of the mushrooms that I've got growing in the fruiting chamber, but we'll see how we go in the next couple of days. We should get pinning in another 2 days' time, and then that'll again give me positive feedback that the system is working, and then we'll go to basically stacking more buckets in there and really pushing the CO2 up into the fruiting chamber to see if that causes any leggy mushrooms. And at that stage, I've got some other appliances that I can fit off to reduce CO2 as well. I don't have a CO2 detector at this stage. I'm saving up for that. It's another $200 odd. And I'm hoping to grow some mushrooms, sell those mushrooms, and then use that money to buy a CO2 detector. So we'll see how we go. Wish me luck, and thanks for watching. See ya.